There are seasons in life when everything feels like it has stopped, not paused, not slowed down, but stopped completely. Your prayers hit silence. Your efforts hit walls. Your dreams hit waiting rooms. Your spirit hits confusion. And you start asking yourself the questions you never thought you'd ask. God, what are you doing? Why does nothing make sense? Why is everything so quiet? In heaven, silence is never empty. In the kingdom, stillness is never inactivity. When God seems silent, He is actually rearranging everything behind the scenes. What you call delay, He calls preparation. What you call confusion, He calls construction. What you call waiting, He calls divine repositioning. And that is where your story begins. Let me take you into a vision, a scene that mirrors exactly what is happening in your spirit. The great stage of destiny. Imagine a massive theater. The lights are dim. The audience is absent. The stage is empty. You are standing alone in the middle. Nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. Nothing is unfolding. You look around and think, this can't be it. Surely something should be happening by now. But what you do not see is the world behind the curtains. Because while the front of the stage is silent, behind the curtains, there is thunder. Set designers are shifting the background. Technicians are adjusting the lights. Carpenters are building a new structure. Props are being removed. New ones are being added. The stage you see now is not the stage you will stand on next. The atmosphere is being rearranged. The scene is being rewritten. The cast of your next season is being chosen. The timing of your entrance is being aligned. You see emptiness, but heaven sees preparation. This is exactly what God is doing. And this is why your life feels like it has slowed down. It hasn't slowed. It has shifted into spiritual construction mode. God is rearranging. The doors you will walk through, the people who will enter your life, the opportunities that will find you, the environment you will be planted in, the protection surrounding your journey, the timing of your elevation, the connections tied to yourself, destiny. Nothing is random, nothing is wasted, nothing is silent without reason. He is rearranging everything behind the scenes. When God removes, to make room, there's something else God does quietly, without announcing it. He removes things. He removes people. He removes opportunities. He removes connections. He removes distractions. He removes the wrong voices. He removes the wrong environments. Not because they were bad, but because they were misaligned with your future. Some people could not stay not because you stopped loving them, but because God stopped allowing their presence in the next chapter of your destiny. Some opportunities dried up not because you failed, but because heaven rejected them before they could contaminate your path. Some relationships tore apart, not because of mistakes, but because God was making space for the people who will walk with you further. Every subtraction in your life was actually addition in disguise. Every person removed was replaced by purpose. Every door closed was replaced by destiny. Every loss was replaced by protection. God rearranged your circle to protect your calling. The misinterpreted season. But let's be honest, when God is rearranging things behind the scenes, it rarely feels holy. It rarely feels divine. It rarely feels purposeful. It feels like chaos. It feels like confusion. It feels like everything is falling apart. Because you see the outer mess, but not the inner construction. Imagine a house being remodeled. To the untrained eye, it looks like destruction. Walls broken, floors torn, dust everywhere, noise in every room. It doesn't look like improvement, it looks like ruin. But the builder knows exactly what is being removed and what is being built. That's how your life looks right now. You see, the mess, the waiting, the uncertainty, the silence, the dismantling. But God sees alignment, elevation, strategy, timing, destiny being built. You see chaos, He sees construction. You see nothing happening, He sees everything forming. You see delay, He sees rearrangement. The divine chessboard. God often works like a master chess player. Before He makes a big move in your life, He begins moving small pieces. Pieces you don't pay attention to. Pieces you think don't matter. Pieces that look insignificant. But every move is connected to your future. God rearranges things long before He reveals the final outcome. He prepares the path before you even know you will walk it. He positions the blessing before you know you will need it. He removes the obstacles before you realize they were dangerous. He shifts the atmosphere before you feel the change. God is strategic, quiet, precise, intentional. And behind the scenes of your life, He is orchestrating everything for a divine turnaround. Not just a small change, but a dramatic reversal. A turnaround that hits your life so powerfully that nothing looks the same afterwards. What God is setting up for you now. This is what God is doing behind the scenes right now. He is aligning people you have not met yet. He is preparing opportunities that haven't appeared yet. He is orchestrating events you don't know about yet. He is strengthening your spirit for what's coming. He is removing what cannot go with you. He is positioning what must enter your life. He is preparing a moment that will shift everything. Your steps are not slow, they are synchronized. Your life is not stuck, it is being shaped. Your journey is not silent, it is being scripted. Before the turnaround comes the rearranging. And listen closely, a divine turnaround never appears suddenly. It appears after divine rearranging. God rearranges the pieces before He flips the board. He aligns the characters before He reveals the plot twist. He organizes the foundation before He opens the new door. He prepares the atmosphere before He shifts your season. And the rearranging always feels uncomfortable because you don't see what He's doing yet, but you feel something. You feel the pull, you feel the tension, you feel the shifts, you feel the changes, you feel the spiritual movement. That's the sign that heaven is working. Your life is about to change direction. The invisible war and the hidden alignment. There is a realm you cannot see with your natural eyes, a world beyond your emotions, beyond your frustrations, beyond your circumstances. It is the realm where heaven works. It is the realm where angels move. It is the realm where spiritual battles are fought. It is the realm where God rearranges your destiny without asking anyone's permission. And right now, in that realm, something is happening for you. Something powerful. Something major. Something life-altering. Your spirit can feel it even if your mind can't explain it. The atmosphere around your life has not been normal lately. You felt a strange heaviness at times, a sudden stirring in your spirit, a pull to disconnect from certain people, a desire to be alone, a hunger for clarity, a sense that something is coming, a shift inside you that you cannot describe. These signs are not random. They are evidence of spiritual rearrangement. And whenever God begins rearranging things behind the scenes, the enemy senses it first. That's why your life has felt intense. That's why the warfare increased. That's why strange attacks came out of nowhere. That's why people changed on you suddenly. That's why your emotions felt unpredictable. That's why your sleep was disturbed. That's why your focus was shaken. The enemy saw the rearrangement before you did, and he panicked, because heaven is building something that hell can't stop. The enemy always fights the turnaround. The enemy does not attack people who are going nowhere. He attacks people on the verge of divine turnaround. He attacks people whose next season is dangerous to darkness. He attacks people whose next chapter carries influence, healing, clarity, elevation, impact. He attacks people whose destiny will expose lies and bring light to others. He attacks people whose future is significant. That's you. You have been facing opposition not because God is far, but because your destiny is close. Not because you're weak, but because you're becoming stronger. Not because you're cursed, but because you're carrying a calling. Your spirit has been marked for elevation, and hell recognized it. You weren't under attack, you were under promotion. Let that sink in. Your warfare was not a sign of rejection. It was a sign of activation. God was rearranging the spiritual atmosphere to prepare you for your turnaround. The angels assigned to you. You may not see it, but there are angels assigned to your life. Not just guardian angels, but angels of breakthrough, angels of alignment, angels of restoration, angels of protection, angels of timing, angels of elevation. These angels have been working tirelessly behind the scenes. They've been blocking attacks you didn't know about. They've been redirecting harm you never saw. They've been shielding you when you felt alone. They've been intervening when you didn't understand. Some of the delays you experienced were not delays at all. They were rescues. Some of the closed doors you cried over were not rejections. They were shieldings. Some of the relationships that ended were not losses. They were deliverances. Some of the disappointments were not failures. They were divine protections from paths meant to destroy you. Your turnaround required these removals. Heaven rearranged things to prepare the path ahead. The invisible alignment. Now, listen carefully. There is something happening around your life right now that is not visible to your natural eyes. It is called invisible alignment. Invisible alignment happens when people are moved into the right places. Conversations happen about you without you knowing. Opportunities begin forming in silence. Someone who will bless your future starts thinking about you. A door begins to open in a place you haven't even visited. A solution begins moving toward your life. Timing begins syncing perfectly. You do not see it, but you feel it. Your spirit picks up a movement before your eyes see the manifestation. It's like the wind. You can't see it, but you can feel the shift in the air. This is what your soul has been sensing. Something is aligning. Something is moving toward you. Something is being built for you. Something is opening for you. This is heaven's rearrangement. The shift you can feel but can't explain. There is a moment before breakthrough when you feel everything changing, but nothing has changed yet. It is the moment of spiritual tension. You feel discontent for where you are, anticipation for what is coming, irritation with your old environment, desire to grow, a sense of spiritual stretching, a pull away from old habits, a heaviness leaving your soul, clarity slowly forming, a craving for peace, truth, and alignment. Your spirit knows what your mind hasn't realized yet. You are being repositioned. The rearranging is reaching completion. The atmosphere is shifting. The final adjustments are being made. This is why you've felt emotionally sensitive, spiritually alert, tired but expectant, quiet but aware, uncomfortable in old cycles, drawn to introspection, hungry for more. These are birth pains of a divine turnaround. The old chapter is closing, and the new one is preparing to open. The calm before the reversal. Right before God releases a divine turnaround, something strange always happens, a supernatural calm. Not a calm that comes from circumstances, a calm that comes from heaven. The chaos quiets, the confusion leaves, the warfare reduces, the atmosphere stabilizes, the fear dissolves, the pressure decreases. Suddenly you feel clarity, even when nothing changed yet. Suddenly you feel safe, even though the situation looks the same. Suddenly you feel hope, even before you see the breakthrough. This calm is not natural, it is prophetic. It means the battle is over, the rearranging is complete, the stage is set. This holy calm is heaven's announcement. Stand still, watch what I am about to do next. The storm is over, the construction is complete, the stage is set. The pieces are aligned, the timing is perfected. Now comes the moment where everything shifts. The turnaround happens in one moment. A divine turnaround does not take months, it does not take weeks, it does not take days. It happens in one moment. Suddenly, the door opens. Suddenly the opportunity arrives. Suddenly the news comes. Suddenly someone calls. Suddenly provision appears. Suddenly the path clears. Suddenly you feel the weight lift. Suddenly your entire atmosphere feels new. Turnarounds are not gradual, they are supernatural. God rearranges everything behind the scenes so the turnaround can happen swiftly. He shifts the background so the breakthrough can appear suddenly. What took years to prepare will take seconds to reveal. You are entering this moment. When God steps into your timeline, there comes a moment in every believer's journey when God does not simply bless you, He interrupts your life. Not gently, not quietly, not gradually, but suddenly, decisively, dramatically. He steps into your timeline and shifts everything. Your plans, your emotions, your direction, your relationships, your opportunities, your clarity, your momentum. Suddenly, the story starts moving again. Suddenly, the pieces come together. Suddenly, your life feels guided, not random. This moment, this divine interruption, is the beginning of your turnaround. And you can feel the nearness of it because everything inside you has been shifting. The old is dissolving, the new is cooling. The confusion is lifting, the alignment is forming, the atmosphere is changing. This is not imagination, this is not emotion, this is not coincidence. This is the hand of God coming down from heaven and touching your timeline. The divine fingerprint. Whenever God is about to move powerfully, He always leaves fingerprints in your spirit. They look like sudden clarity, unusual peace, restored hope, quiet confidence, increased discernment, new desires, deeper hunger for God, a sense that something good is coming, a feeling of being pulled forward, an ending of old cycles, a release of emotional happiness. Wait, these shifts are not random. They are signs that God is rewriting your story. You see, God never moves without revealing it to your spirit first. Your heart always senses the shift before your life sees it. That is why you have been feeling disconnected from old habits, tired of repeating cycles, uninterested in drama, ready to grow, ready to change, ready to move, ready to rise. These feelings are spiritual notifications. Heaven has already moved on your behalf. Your spirit is catching up to what God has done. Your mind is preparing to see what your spirit already knows. Be heavenly timeline versus your timeline. You have your timeline, your schedule, your expectations, your deadlines, your plan. But God has His timeline, and His timeline is always wiser, slower, deeper, more strategic, more protective, more relational, more fruitful. That's why He rearranged everything behind the scenes before He touched your timeline. If He gave you the blessing earlier, you would have mishandled it. If He elevated you earlier, you would have doubted yourself. If He opened the door earlier, you would have let the wrong people into with you. If He revealed the opportunity earlier, you would have rushed into it underdeveloped. If He answered the prayer earlier, you wouldn't have understood its value. Delay was not denial, it was divine timing. God waited until the timeline was aligned with His purpose for your life. And now, the alignment is complete. Heaven is tapping the moment. Heaven is touching the present. Heaven is signaling the shift. This is why you feel the anticipation with no physical evidence yet. The timing has arrived. The moment is near. The breakthrough has a date, and your spirit is preparing to enter it. What a divine turnaround. Looks like a divine turnaround is not just a blessing. It is a total reversal. It is when God takes the very area where you experienced pain, confusion, delay, rejection, stagnation, and turns it into a place of clarity, direction, opportunity, favor, restoration, momentum. The turnaround affects everything. Your relationships, your finances, your confidence, your decisions, your creativity, your purpose, your emotional health, your spiritual growth. When God turns your life around, He does not fix one thing, He transforms everything. And it begins in ways you don't expect. The small signs of a big shift. Before the turnaround fully manifests, God sends small signs. These signs appear subtle, but they are spiritually loud. You might notice a random idea drops into your mind. A long-lost connection suddenly reaches out. A door you thought was closed opens again. A heavy emotion lifts off you. A person leaves your life without explanation. You wake up with unexpected motivation. Conversation gives you clarity. You suddenly feel lighter and freer. Someone speaks something that confirms your spirit. An opportunity appears that wasn't there before. These are heaven's whispers. Pay attention. Something is coming. The shift begins subtly, because God is warming your spirit before He reveals your next level. It is the spiritual equivalent of dawn before sunrise. You don't see the light fully, but you feel the world getting brighter. This is happening inside you, the supernatural moment of acceleration. Turnarounds do not happen slowly. They do not unfold with hesitation. They do not creep in quietly. Turnarounds hit your life with spiritual force. One conversation can change a chapter. One opportunity can shift a decade. One open door can rewrite your history. One moment of favor can redeem lost time. This is how God works. He rearranges in silences so He can accelerate in public. He prepares quietly so He can elevate loudly. He shifts behind the scenes so He can turn your life around visibly. Think about Joseph. He went from prison to palace in a single day. Think about Esther. She went from ordinary to queen in a single decision. Think about David. He went from shepherd to chosen king in a single call. When God is ready, acceleration becomes supernatural. And that is what is forming around your life right now. The quiet season was construction. The rearranging was preparation. The tension was transition. The heaviness was spiritual labor. Now comes the acceleration. The people entering your next season. Turnarounds always involve people. Not everyone can go with you. Not everyone can stay with you. Not everyone can rise with you. So God rearranges your relationships before He rearranges your destiny. Recently, you might have noticed, when people drifting away, unexpected conflict, sudden disinterest, emotional disconnect, loss of desire to maintain certain relationships, feeling like some people no longer understand you, feeling drained around certain individuals, feeling a pull toward new influences. This is not accidental. God is removing who cannot support your elevation and drawing in those who will walk with you next. Your future requires new voices. Your assignment requires new support. Your elevation requires new environments. Some people were part of your healing, but not part of your destiny. Some people were part of your process, but not part of your purpose. Some people were part of your past, but cannot walk into your future. Heaven rearranged these relationships to prepare for your turnaround. You are approaching the shift. There is a moment when the air feels different, when your inner voice grows stronger, when your intuition becomes sharper, when your peace expands, when your old desires fall away, when your new identity feels close. This moment is happening now. Your spirit is not lying to you. You are not imagining the shift. You are not exaggerating the feeling. You are approaching the turning point of your story. Everything God rearranged was leading to this. Everything you survived prepared you for this. Everything you cried about will be answered in this. The turnaround is not a distant hope. It is an approaching reality. The divine turnaround. Nothing will look the same after this. There is a moment, a holy moment, when heaven finishes rearranging everything, and suddenly your entire life enters a new direction. Not slowly, not gently, not quietly, but suddenly, decisively, powerfully. It's the moment when God steps out from behind the scenes and begins to reveal what He has been building all along. It's the moment when your waiting becomes understanding, your tears become clarity, your confusion becomes revelation, your battles become testimony, your isolation becomes preparation, your exhaustion becomes renewal. This moment is called the divine turnaround, and you are stepping into it. Your life, from this point forward, will not look the same again. The final piece, when everything clicks, every turnaround begins with a final piece falling into place. Like a last puzzle piece completing a picture, like the final note unlocking a melody, like the last key turning in the lock. Suddenly, what was confusing makes sense. Suddenly, what was painful gains purpose. Suddenly, what was delayed becomes destiny. Suddenly, what was heavy becomes light. This moment is often preceded by a sudden emotional calm, a strange spiritual clarity, a feeling of being lighter, a release of old burdens, a shift in your thinking, a quiet confidence you can't explain, a sense that something is about to break open. This is spiritual. Confirmation. Your turnaround has been authorized. Heaven has stamped it. Angels have prepared it. Your spirit has sensed it. Your life is about to experience it. What a true turnaround feels like. When divine turnaround begins, the atmosphere around your life changes first. The same room feels different. The same routine feels new. The same days feel purposeful. You feel lighter in your spirit, refreshed in your mind, grounded in your identity, confident without reason, hopeful without evidence, connected to God naturally, detached from old pain, excited about the future. This is not emotional hype. It is spiritual. Transformation. God is not modifying your life. He is turning it around completely. The turnaround is not just about situations changing. It is about you changing. Because you cannot enter a new season with an old identity. You cannot step into divine momentum with a defeated mindset. You cannot receive new blessings with old wounds still open. You cannot walk into destiny with yesterday's spirit. So, before God turns your circumstances, He turns you. He renews your thinking. He sharpens your discernment. He restores your confidence. He awakens your purpose. He strengthens your spirit, blinds your heart. This is why the past months have felt heavy. He was changing you from the inside out before He changed your world from the outside in. The doors that will open next, divine turnarounds always come with open doors. Not just any doors, but doors heaven selected, approved, and aligned. These doors bring restoration, alignment, elevation, unexpected favor, clarity of direction, divine timing, the right people, the right opportunities, the right environments. Some of the doors that open for you next are doors you never knew existed. Doors that were hidden until now, doors that were closed but are now unlocked, doors that were delayed but now accelerated, doors that were blocked but now cleared. These doors are not random, they are part of the rearrangement God completed. He removed the wrong doors so you would walk boldly through the right ones. He hid certain doors until you were spiritually ready to enter them. He delayed some entrances until the time would bless you instead of burden you. Now, the doors will begin opening one after another. Not through striving, not through effort, not through force, but through alignment. Because when God turns your life around, you do not chase opportunity, opportunity finds you. The blessings waiting on the other side of a divine turnaround, are blessings that were maturing in heaven, deterring your waiting season. Blessings prepared while you were fighting battles in silence. Blessings shaped during the years you thought were wasted. Blessings strengthened by the tears you shed in private. Blessings aligned by the prayers you prayed in the quiet. These blessings include restoration of what was lost, redemption of what was broken, reversal of what was damaged, provision where there was lack, clarity where there was confusion, confidence where there was insecurity, peace where there was heaviness, deep, meaningful relationships, new opportunities with divine favor, a renewed version of you. God has been storing these blessings like treasures in a heavenly vault, waiting for the moment you would be ready. The moment is now. The turnaround is the key that unlocks what has been withheld. The people God is bringing next. One of the most powerful signs of a divine turnaround is the introduction of new people. People who understand your purpose, value your spirit, speak life into your journey, add clarity, not confusion, bring peace, not chaos, support your calling, carry God's timing, help you rise, respect your growth, align with your future. These people are heaven sent. They will feel familiar to your spiritite, even if they are new to your life. God rearranged your relationships because He knew certain hearts could not hold your elevation. Certain minds could not understand your vision. Certain spirits could not handle your calling. Certain people would have slowed your growth. Certain connections would have sabotaged your purpose. So He removed who could not follow you, and He is bringing who must walk beside you. This is part of the divine turnaround. New people with new purpose for a new season in your new life. The shift in your spiritual authority. There is something else happening, something deeper than emotions and more powerful than motivation. Your spiritual authority is increasing. You are no longer intimidated if your spiritual authority has been willing to pursue your mind, that same feeling you are not seen, in fear of mind. You are no longer manipulated by the patterns that trapped you. You are no longer controlled by the fears that limited you. You are no longer distracted by the voices that confused you. You are walking differently, thinking differently, praying differently, believing differently, seeing differently. This increase in authority is the direct result of the season you endured. Your pain made you powerful. Your waiting made you wise. Your battles made you bold. Your loneliness made you spiritual. Your confusion made you discerning. This is why God waited. He wanted you to grow into the mantle you were always meant to carry. And now, that mantle fits. You are stepping into your life as the version of you that heaven always saw. The version prepared for impact, influence, and elevation. The final turn. Now comes the moment when God takes all the rearranging, all the warfare, all the aligning, all the shifting, all the tears, and turns it into one supernatural moment of transformation. The turn is not symbolic. It is literal. It is felt. It is seen. It is undeniable. You are stepping into supernatural momentum, rapid alignment, open doors, new relationships, divine opportunities, restored purpose, renewed peace, abundance of clarity. Your story is turning. Wow. Your path is turning. Your spirit is turning. Your life is turning. Behind the scenes, God rearranged everything. Now, He is turning everything around. This is not the end of your story. This is the shift you've been waiting for. Nothing in your life will look the same after this. The divine turnaround has begun. End of part 4. The final,